Thank you so much for joining online and joining our meeting tonight for our training on becoming a mass weapon of lead generation. There was a time in my business where I really struggled with this. And it was about 5 years into my business, and finally I remembered something that somebody told me, and you're going to want to write this down. You always want to have five, one, two, three, four, five ways that you are generating leads. That number of mass producing those leads is going to keep your date book full. And I'm hoping that this training will help you get 10 appointments on your books within a 2-week time period. And it's up to you how fast you do that. So let's get started with our first way. Our first way is going out and meeting people, and we have some more training throughout the rest of this that's going to give you better ideas. But I absolutely love this idea. This came across my desk last year, and I just thought it was great. It's something that you can do in a team. So if you are a recruiter and you want to get your group together and go out and do this, that is just such an excellent idea. But it is called the Mary Kay Scavenger Hunt, and it is a document that your sales director has on file and can email to you. So this is what the sheet looks like. It's the Mary Kay Scavenger Hunt, and the idea is to go out over the course of a week. Now you can do it as a group, like and just do it one day and see how many you can get, or you can do it over the course of the week. Me personally, I keep this sheet in the front of my pocketbook, and I keep it with me when I go out and I do all of my errands, and I'm looking for these people on my list. I'm always looking for the sharpest women that I can find. So the training says that this is actually a game. Okay, this is a game for the person who is scared to get out and about and just go up to some random person and ask them if they've ever had a facial before. And so that's the purpose of this, is to make it fun, because everything in our Mary Kay businesses that we do, we want it to be fun, right? If it's not fun, chances are we're going to have a hard time making ourselves do it. Now, here's your great script that you can use when you're going out to meet people. And you just, you walk up, Sally Sue, has a baby stroller. Okay, she's pushing her baby, and you just go, you say, hi, do you mind if I ask you a quick question? My name is Natalie, and I am in a contest with my Mary Kay unit, and I have to find all of these categories on this list. And you just happen to be a woman with a baby stroller. Would you mind helping me out with this? Everyone who doesn't have a consultant enters to win something great. Does that sound fun to you? Would you like some free makeup or pampering session? She's going to say yes or no then. When she says sure, you just say, oh my gosh, well, thank you so much. Do you have a Mary Kay consultant? And when she says no, you say, well, have you had a chance to try our facial or our new Time-Wise Mary Kay skincare system? Then you proceed to get out your pen, and you have her write down her name and her phone number. And you say, oh, great, well, I do great drawings at the end of the week, and I hope that you'll be one of my winners. And so that is our first method. And like I said, I do this over the course of the week. So when I go to the post office, I have Colton in one arm and my mailings in the other arm, and I've got my eyeballs looking for people on my list. And the second that I have where I see somebody that I can talk to, I normally run. I don't run. You don't want to attack people. You don't want to be scary Kay. You want to be Mary Kay. But I approach that person, and I explain to her what I'm doing, and I have had so much success with this, because to me, it's much more like a game than something that I'm having to go out and do. So if you were to tell me that I had to go out and pass out 5 business cards every day, I would probably never make it out of my pajamas. But if you tell me that I've got a fun little game that I can play all week long, and I'm going to do a drawing, then that is so much more fun to me and something that I can get on board doing. So that is one way that you can generate leads. Remember, you want 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, okay? So if you don't like this one, I've got plenty more ideas for you in our little packet. Next up are $10 gift certificates. Okay, you can also have this sent to you by your sales director. And the gift certificate says, enjoy your facial or makeover appointment, invite $10 gift certificate, invite 3 friends to join you for your appointment, and the value of this card increases to 25. Times are limited, so call for your appointment today, and then you put your information down here. You could staple this to the back of your business card or use some double-sided tape and double-side tape it to the back of your business card. And that conversation might look a little bit more like this. Oh my gosh, I just noticed that beautiful handbag and I just had to ask you where you got it. And she's going to say whatever she says. And you say, well, can I ask you a really random question? She's going to say sure. And you say, well, I've been challenged to hand out 5 of these gift certificates to my business today. And I would love to give you one. Have you had a free Mary Kay facial before? And she's either going to say, oh, or she's going to say, oh, or she's going to, oh. Okay, no matter what she says, your next question is going to be, well, would you love to have a free facial with me? She's going to say yes or no. And depending on what she says, you say, well, here is my card with a $10 gift certificate. You can just call me, then the next week it will be valid. And since I'm giving you all my information, do you mind if I get yours? And you want to have some kind of form maybe that you created for yourself where you can write down her name and her phone number if you just want to carry a notebook with you, and maybe make a jot like met at Walgreens, wherever you met her, so that you remember whenever you call her back. And so that's the $10 gift certificate idea. It's just a great tool to use if you're just so scared to just randomly talk to somebody. And my rule of thumb is if they smile at me, I'm going to ask them. Now, if they're the person on the phone or if they're the person that looks like their whole world has just collapsed and they just have a very disgruntled look on their face, that's not somebody that I might typically approach. Because, you know, if they're smiling, you have better odds of getting them a positive reaction. And we want you to get wins. So that's our gift certificate idea. Here is another great idea, and I put one together for you, and it is called a facial box. Okay, I'm going to put this back here for just a second to tell you what you do with that. But this is one option of how you could create your own facial box. You actually can find these boxes or a similar box at the Dollar Tree, for $1. So this entire box cost me $2 to create. Okay, you just buy the box. The box does not come with the hole. You use some scissors, a box cutter, or a knife to make a little hole right there. These little cards, it's like a little notepad, can be purchased at mygirlfriendshouse.com. That's MYGIRLFRIENDSHOUSE.com. And they're called facial box refills. And you can order those on mygirlfriendshouse.com, or you can also order them at marykaintouch.com in section 2. Now, another way that you could have these forms is you can ask your sales director for this sheet. And you could print these off and just have it setting. You could tape it to the box, kind of like that. It's just not as cute, but it's another cheap way to do it. And you can have it kind of attached to the box and just have them fill out their information and tear it off. Now, you want to get an ugly pen, an ugly writing pen to go with your box. Don't put a cute, glitzy, flowery, fun pen. The pen will grow legs and walk away from your facial box. Okay? But if you put an ugly pen with your facial box, nobody's going to take your ugly pen. You also could take some double-sided tape and put a piece on the pen and a piece on the box and double-sided tape it, and that way it stays with your box. Now, where do you put these boxes? Anywhere that will let you. But I will give you some great ideas. My tailor, who fits my suits, is allowing me to put one in her salon. She said, Natalie, it's so busy in here. You should put a facial box in here. A lot of the places where you get your nails done will allow you to put a facial box in there. Where you get your hair done, a lot of the times they will let you put a facial box in there. Where you go and work out, they will let you put a facial box in there. A chiropractor's office might let you put a facial box in there. There's so many other different places that you could put a facial box in. Some restaurants might let you put a facial box if you offered to purchase a $10 gift certificate towards the restaurant to go with your drawing. I've also put boxes in thrift stores and consignment shops. But here's your ticket with your facial box. You want to have about 5 to 10 of these little babies spread out in different locations. So one at the salon, one at the nail salon, one at the gym, one at the chiropractor's office, one at the tailor, one at the dry cleaner. There's another good one. You want to pick places where sharp professional women are going in. And the reason you want 10 is this is not a mass lead generator, okay? You're going to get 1 to 2, 1 to 2. But some of those 1 to 2 leads can be really good. I had one of these in a gas station one time. And the lead that I pulled from the gas station was a new recruit with a star order. You never know what you're going to get. I will go ahead and forewarn you that because you never know what you're going to get, some children like to fill out forms. You might get children in here, okay? But maybe they'll put their phone number, and maybe you can call mommy and say your daughter entered you for this great facial and you won, okay? But you might get all kinds of things, and you probably only need to check your facial boxes every 2 weeks, maybe once a month, okay? And a great script for calling your facial box leads is you would call and ring, ring. Hi, Susie. My name is Natalie. You don't know me, but you put your name in my facial box at the nail salon. Do you remember doing that? Yes, I do. Well, I'm so excited you won my Premier Pampering Packet. You get to come to my home or studio, and you get to come in. You get a cleansing treatment, a microdermabrasion treatment, a vitamin serum pack treatment, a moisturization treatment, an eye firming treatment, a hand and lip exfoliation treatment, a gift certificate, and a goodie bag. It is completely free. There are no strings attached, and you can bring 6 girlfriends with you. And that's my script of how I book facial box leads and any raffle leads. I'll say the script again later on. And it is a great script. It has really, really worked for me. So now I want to talk to you a little bit about this document that I have called The Art of Networking. Okay, if you really want to get great at generating leads, learn to network. We're in a business, and so we all want to start thinking and talking and doing like businesses do. For example, beauty salons. We already touched on this a little bit. And it takes a little bit of time because you do have to develop a relationship with the owner or manager of the salon as well as the beauty operators. Bounce around through a bunch of them, if you're okay with getting your hair done by a couple different ones of them. Find one that is up to date and has some advertising in the windows. Offer free makeovers for their clients for client appreciation. So an example of that would be, I've got a great girlfriend, her name is Resvon. She has let me do this before. And I say, Resvon, I would love to come one Saturday and you can advertise that you're doing free facials. And I will do facials on everybody that comes in. I can't sell the product here, but I could take orders. And so the people come in and they sit down and get their hair done. And I said, oh my gosh, would you love a 15-minute facial? Because you can do this facial in 15 minutes. And I offer them a quick facial and they get to try all of the products and I sell and then I might book them if they'd like some more information on what I do. Give the receptionist at the shop some incentive to help you. Tell her when she is booking regular appointments, if she mentions that you will be doing their makeovers, you will give her free product. So have the receptionist be booking some of these women for your facial day, your facial time, and say, girl, I will give you $2 in free products for every person that you book. She's going to get you 30 appointments so she can get $60 in free products. And is it going to be worth it? Absolutely. Get the staff to love you. Get the names and numbers of the people you will be making over beforehand. Call them to be sure they don't already have a consultant. That is so important in our businesses to make sure that people don't have consultants. You could do setting hands on each client while they have their color. You can find a flyer about this idea on Pam Shaw's website. Pam Shaw spelled Pamshaw. And click on Cindy Machado's face under directors on Pam's site. And Cindy Machado is spelled Cindy. Machado is Machado. So you're going to click on her face and she allows her inner circle directors to place flyers on her website. All right, and here's the next thing, bride fairs. So they're all the time, right? You hear about them, small ones, big ones. You can also check the newspaper for engagement announcements. Great free lead right there. You know, new brides make good recruits because they are going through a major change in their life. A half to a third of her recruits last year came from brides. Do the brides first along with maybe her mother and her maid of honor, then go back through and book another day for the bridesmaids. This will keep you from being there all day. So that's another great way, and you could research different bridal vendors that are going around and see what bridal vendors are not paired already with a Mary Kay consultant. You can maybe, what I would do is establish a rapport with that person, book them for a facial maybe, and then say, you know, I would love to offer this to all your clients, and maybe they'll get you in their packet. Maybe they'll get you some leads going that way. Fairs. My gosh, if you don't live at 4042, you should move here. No, I'm just kidding. There are so many signs for fairs, church events. You can get on Raleigh, you can Google Raleigh area events, or just events wherever you do live. You can Google events in your area and it should list a bunch of different vendor events. You could take the time one day to call each of those vendors and see if they have a Mary Kay rep and how much it would cost to have a booth there. And you can have a booth and get a table. It could cost anywhere from free to up to $30. I have done booths that cost more than that. But if you feel like it's out of your price range, maybe you could partner up with another consultant that's close to you and split the cost of it. Now, as a rule in Mary Kay, we can't actually sell products at our booth, or can we demonstrate anything. But what we can do is we can do a great basket and have a great display, and we can get names for a free drawing. And somebody wins the basket, and then from there, you go back to our script for the facial box. And I'll do the script again so you guys get to hear it lots. Hey, Susie Q, it's Natalie. You don't know me, or you might remember me, but I met you at the Buck Hill Fest, and you were there, and I know you were having so much fun. You entered into our drawing, and you won a Premier Pampering Packet. And it's for you and up to 6 of your girlfriends. It's free. There are no strings attached. You get to come to my studio, and you get a cleansing treatment, a microdermabrasion treatment, a vitamin serum pack treatment, a moisturization treatment, an eye firming treatment, um, a gift certificate, and a goodie bag. Does that not sound like so much fun? And then you book them for their time. Next idea, Girl Scouts. Does anybody know any Girl Scouts? This can sometimes be a bust, at least we're honest, and sometimes it can be great. The key is, if you get a good troop leader, have her set up a mother and daughter pampering session. Mother and daughter being the key. Do not try it with just the girls. We need the moms there so we can teach them what to do to take care of their skin so they can act as a mentor for their daughters. We don't want to tell them what we want the moms there because they have the cash. But you don't want to say that. You can say, we really need the mothers there as a mentor so that the children know what to do when they get home. And from what I understand, and I could be wrong, but I read, not on this, I read somewhere else, that there is a skincare badge. And so you could maybe ask about the skincare badge and how your services could help the Girl Scouts get their skincare badge. So if you know any Girl Scout moms or troop leaders, it's a great idea for you. Facial boxes, also known as fish bowls. We've already talked about those. This one also says, all right, some examples. This one says bagel shops, coffee shops, dry cleaners, doctor's office, OBGYN doctors. That was just some more examples of places that you could think to put your facial box. Referrals. Referrals are the best way to get your name out there. When they know that you know someone, it's really good, and we're going to talk about referrals a little bit later on in our training. Pamper sessions, okay? Call people who work in the healthcare industry. They're usually overworked and underpaid. The person in charge is always looking for ways to pamper the staff that is nice and won't take a big bite out of their budget. And guess what? Ours are free. So you could call local doctor's offices. Some of these doctor's offices take all their lunch breaks at the same time. So you want to talk to the manager. You're there to help. You are not there to push products on them. You will do a luxurious hand treatment and have books and samples if they would like something. Have the clients fill out the cards for a free facial makeover and for the drawing. Bring wrapped gifts for the drawing out of section 2, like some samples, business card wrapped with some curly ribbon. Bring a sample hand cream for everyone. When applying the satin hand treatment, really massage their hands. Do it for them. Really massage their hands. Make it feel good. And this gives you a brief moment to talk to each person. Use the private spa lotions to finish off the hand treatment instead of the hand cream. I would just use the hand cream. Just use the hand cream. Correcting myself. So use your 3-step peach satin hand cream, but also bring the fragrance free in case anyone has some kind of allergy to fragrances. But that's such a great idea. Really think of, maybe you could do it maybe you know somebody that works in a hospital. Maybe you know a doctor that has a practice that maybe you could offer to come in on a lunch break. Maybe you could get like a really, a big old sub from Subway and divvy it up and say that you'll offer them free lunch. I know that one of our sales directors, Gemma and Wally, did that for one of the doctor's offices, and it turned out great for her. So there's another great idea. Your Chamber of Commerce. Call the chamber and find out when they're having mixers and business cards. In our area, they have the first Friday of every month. They do have a free meet and greet. I know the one out here was meeting at the Cleveland Draft House, so you'll have to check your local Chamber of Commerce. But chances are they do have a free meet and greet once a month. You can at least call and ask. You don't actually have to join the chamber. You can just pay the entrance fee for the event. Some of them are free though. You can walk around the tables, talk to professional women. When you spot a really sharp woman, here's a great script. Hi, I've only got about 10 minutes and I'm looking for sharp women to go into my portfolio for professional women. I have scanned the room and saw you and rushed over here to ask you if I could feature you in my before and after portfolio of professional women. I will put your business card in the portfolio and I will use this at all of my skincare classes and marketing events for people to look at, and it would be great advertising for you. And that is such a great script to use in any setting where you're around a bunch of professional women. Another great idea for that might be a home show where you're going to see lots of professional women working for different companies. You could just go up to the booths and say, oh my gosh, I just noticed how sharp you are, and I was here shopping for new countertops, but I noticed you, and I'm doing this portfolio, and I would love to feature your business card in here with a professional before and after picture. Men's and women's groups, mothers of preschoolers, moms of twins, women's ministries offer to do a small presentation, little skincare. All of these are just places that you would have to call and make a connection and just get in. Fashion shows. Every once in a while you'll see a fashion show and you could offer to do the makeovers for the fashion show for free. Dress shops, the higher end ones. Go to specialty shops, consignment shops, casual corner, express, and ask if you could set up a table with a register to win sign and ask the shoppers to register to win a gift certificate from the store and to receive a pamper session. Of course, you're going to call all the leads in the box after you've given away the gift certificate, and you're going to book from the other names in the box. You can do this in retail stores. You just have to ask and offer to purchase a gift certificate from them, and that you'll be raffling that away to all of their customers that shop that day as part of a great customer appreciation strategy for them. Customer appreciation strategy has been great for me in the past. I've done it at Gold's Gym. I've done it at the Christian Bookstore in Cary, North Carolina. And so those are just some ideas of places that you could go and ask. And last but not least, fundraisers. Find school athletic coaches, PTA staff, volunteer queens, kings, church groups, call schools for their principals or office administrators, call churches for their pastors, ministry leaders or administrators. ID these groups and find out how you can partner with them so that both of you can benefit from the services. For example, my church, they do a big ladies spa night. So they thought of me and they called me, and I went out and I was in charge of facialing all of these women that had come for their Super Ladies Spa night. And lots of churches do things like this. Why not you? Why not you have that booth there, marketing your business, getting all of those great leads? Networking is the key. If you get out of your house and off of your computer, some of these ideas may work for you. But if you try one, another will be created. These are ways to build your circle of influence. Okay. Next thing that I want to talk about, or the next section is going to be, how can you get more referrals at your parties and more future appointments from your parties? So one great way is to constantly talk about a follow-up facial at all of your parties. Some of you guys may not be doing this right now, and some of you guys may. But whenever you say follow-up facial about 8 to 9 times throughout your entire party, by the end of the party, they aren't looking at you like you have 5 heads when you ask to book them for a follow-up facial at your individual closes. So, I'm going to read some of these 27 ways. I won't bore you with all 27, but you can get this document online. First way, this is your first of many free facials you will receive from me now that I'm your very own consultant. When we can get together for a follow-up facial, whether you want to have some girl time or if you have an event you want to look extra special for. It's one example. Another example, isn't this tote bag, the hostess gift, just adorable? You will receive one of your very own just for getting some friends together at your follow-up facial. Third way, I am so excited for this evening. All of you are women of your word. So because of this, your friend Susie, the hostess, will be getting some free products from me. I will share with you later how you can earn some free product at your follow-up facial. Isn't that exciting? Here's another one. Who here loves spa products? Always raise your hand when you ask a question like that. So I'll do it again. Who here loves spa products at your follow-up facial? I would love to have you sample any or all of our beautiful, fresh, and moisturizing spa products from our spa product line. Here's another one. I hope y'all love all of the makeup colors you tried tonight. But if they aren't just for you, we can spend some more time at your follow-up facial and get those colors just right. All right, I think that's enough ways. This is called 27 Ways to Follow Up Facial by Jennifer Beazle. You can also ask for this from your sales director. We now have 2 ways to get referrals for you at your parties. Both of these ways are great. Actually, I have 3 ways. Both of these ways are great. I have used all 3 ways. I'm gonna share number 3 last because it's the one I'm currently using because I like simple. And Mary Kay Ash always said, keep it simple, sweetie. The more complicated you make things, the harder it is to remember and to fit it in. And also, if it's complicated to you, it's going to be complicated to your guests. And you're going to get much better reaction from your guests if it's very simple. But the first way is after you've completed the facial, and you've done all of that, you've done Mrs. Cab or they've heard the marketing, you move on to your referrals. And you say, okay, if everybody could flip your profile card over to the back. On the back of your customer profile card, in spot number 11, there's a place for referrals. In the first blank, and ladies, I just want you to know that I am not going to call these people and tell them that you told me that they would just buy Mary Kay from me. I'm going to call these people and make them feel special because you've given them a gift, and they're going to get a gift certificate just because you wrote their name and phone number down. In the first blank, I'd love for you to think of a person that you just really love and care about that aren't here tonight. And you just would really, really love to make them feel special. So everybody think of that person and write them down. For number 2, we have to think of somebody that needs some pampering. Maybe they're just going through a really rough time right now. Maybe they're grieving the loss of a friend or a loved one. Maybe they've lost their job. Just maybe someone that is hurting right now that would just love to be pampered. For your third person, write down someone who just loves to try new things. You know, they're always talking about that next best thing. So think of that person and write that person down. In your fourth blank, do you know somebody who has never tried Mary Kay before? Write that person down for me. And number 5, write someone who may enjoy learning about the Mary Kay business opportunity. Maybe you're not interested, but maybe you know your neighbor would just absolutely love to do something like this. Write her down. It could be the housewife who keeps it all together, or it could be the woman with an MBA who works 60 hours a week, a corporate job and income, but never sees her family. Maybe she would be interested in this. Don't forget to refer to this list of questions when calling your referrals. So you want these people to write notes beside these people, and let them know why their name was written down. Now, if they write down something crazy like, you know, just something crazy, then you might want to alter that reason. Just saying. This also gives them their ready-made list to invite when they have or schedule their second appointment. So if you book that person, you say, oh my gosh, look at all these great referrals you wrote down for me. You can call these people first. Here's your next idea. Let's say you don't like that idea. You think it's good, but it's not for you. Here's another great idea. And this is called the tic-tac-toe referral sheet. Now, I love this sheet. You want to know why I love this sheet? Because when they fill it out, you get 8 referrals, 8 names and numbers that you can call and book. When they book with you and they hold their appointment, the person who gave you that name gets whatever item is featured in the box. So we'll say Sarah wrote down Katie in this box, and I called Katie, and she booked, and she showed up, and we had $1,000 party, and now I get to call Sarah and say, oh my gosh, Sarah, you get a free eyeshadow, and you get your choice. What color would you like? I'll drop that in the mail to you tomorrow. Or maybe she gives you so many good referrals, she earns all of that for free. Now, is that worth it after you do all those appointments? Absolutely. Because chances are you're going to sell 2, 4, 6, 8, 1,000, 1,200, 1,400, 1,600 in retail products. And you're going to be giving her some free products. I thought it said it on there, but it was. But you're going to be giving her a compact build, which is around $70. But is it worth to give $70 worth of products to make $500 or $600 in profit? I think so. All right, so that's the tic-tac-toe board. It is great. Now, my personality, I don't love paperwork. And if you don't love additional paperwork, then you will love my next idea. And it is using, sorry, I have to step out of the picture for a second, a regular old profile card, okay? So we all have these profile cards in our starter kit, and we have all of our guests fill these out at all of our appointments. On the back, see, this person did really good. They gave me a lot of names, okay? So after you do, I typically do this when they have the satin lips mask on, and I have them flip their profile card over. So close your eyes, and I want you to picture yourself on a desert island out in the middle of nowhere. And now I want you to picture the hottest man of your dreams. And he's jumping out of the water and he's going to rescue you. And you get to pick one of the following 3 items that you get to have on: eyeshadow, cheek color, or lip gloss. Does everybody have their item? Okay, open your eyes. And please write it down for me up here at the top. There's no specific place, just write it down right here at the top. Now at this point, I'm going to have you guys put your mask on. So they all put their mask on. And then I say, how would you like to have that item for free? And they all go, well, yeah. One person raises their hand, and then the other person raises their hand, and they're all saying, oh, I want that for free. And I say, okay, well, all you have to do is fill out section number 11. They all look down and they see it's referrals. And I say, I'm not going to call your girlfriends and tell them you said I'd buy something, I promise. So they are going to feel so special when I call them. I'm going to offer them a free gift that's coming from you. They get to come in and get a pampering session, and they get a gift certificate when they arrive. And when just one of your people books and holds their appointment, Darcy, you get your free lip gloss. Are you so excited about that? And she says, yes. I said, okay. Well, we're going to give just a couple minutes because we need that lip mask to dry. And you guys can get your phones out, and you can fill that out. Now, if this makes you nervous, if this makes your your gut roll in words just a little bit because you're like, oh my gosh, what if they don't get out their pens? Oh my gosh. While they're sitting there, just make yourself busy cleaning up the table a little bit. That worked really great for me the first couple of times. I just, made myself busy, kind of cleaning up a little bit, maybe putting some things I didn't need in my bag, and then I waited a couple minutes, and then, oh my gosh, they had all filled it all out, and I was like, oh, that was amazing. Um, and then you have referrals. Now, your referral script sounds a lot like the other two scripts that I gave you. What you do is you would call Amy. You say, oh my gosh, Amy, this is Natalie, and you don't know me. They normally laugh when you say that. And you say, this is Amy, this is Natalie, and you don't know me, but you do know Darcy Jones, right? And she's going to say yes. You say, well, oh my gosh, she was at my pampering session, and she gave you a free gift from my Mary Kay. Are you so excited? And they're going to say, oh, she's so sweet. I say, yes, you get to come to my studio, and it's completely free. There's no strings attached. You can bring up to 6 girlfriends with you. You get a cleansing treatment, a microdermabrasion treatment, a vitamin serum pack treatment, a moisturization treatment, an eye firming treatment, a hand and lip exfoliation treatment, a gift certificate, and a goodie bag. Doesn't that sound fun? And she's going to say yes. And then you book her, just like you did the other ones. And so that is my personal, after trying a lot of different things, this is my personal favorite way of getting referrals. So that was the third way to get referrals from a party. Now we're going to take a step back and we're going to go back to just meeting people out and about. Another great way is the survey game. I did this one time and it worked really great and it was really easy. I had these printed out, and you actually can have Office Max use their fancy machine and cut them into fours for you before you pick them up so they're nice and even. If you try to cut these, they're going to be crooked and they look silly. I know, I've tried it both ways. But they will do it for you for free. It doesn't cost anything for them to do that. And you just kind of paper clip them together, keep them in your purse, look for sharp women, keep your business cards with you, and you would just walk up to a super sharp woman. Maybe you're getting your oil change. You say, oh my gosh, you're going to think I'm crazy, but can I ask you a random question? You say yes. And you say, well, my sales director challenged me to have 25 surveys filled out this week. And I was just wondering if you'd just take a couple minutes just to fill out this survey for me. It's for Mary Kay and skincare. Would you do that for me? And they're going to say yes or no. And you give them, and you say, well, since you're filling that out, I'm going to give you my business card just in case you're interested in a free facial. And you get them to fill out their survey. Now that's a quick, easy way. I mean, you can do that so fast. It is so simple. You just have to have about 2 seconds of brave. Okay? 2 seconds of brave will get you really far. If you're sitting there thinking, oh my gosh, I don't want to do that, you remember in your head you need 2 seconds of brave. And you gather your 2 seconds of brave and you go ask her to fill out a survey. And she's going to say yes or no. But that reminder of 2 seconds of brave is going to feel so great when she says yes and she fills this out for you and you call her and book her. And you could use the exact same script on this that you used for the other things. If you don't like the idea of saying that you're doing a drawing, if you're not doing a drawing, then you can say, oh my gosh, you filled out your survey and I saw that you would love a facial alone, and I would love to do that for you. When would be good for you? Let's get that booked. I would love to pamper you. And book her. Give her some time options and get her on the books. So that's one more way. I can edit this later, right? Because it looks like I'm missing a page. Can you stop moving?